Hello, this is lesson 6 on news translation, and today's lesson is about proper nouns in news translation. There are two types of nouns, proper nouns and common nouns. What is the difference? Common nouns when you refer to, for example, a building, just a building, lowercase b. But when you name that building, when that building has a name, you call it, for example, Empire State Building, then every word there should have a capital letter, should start with a capital letter. Empire with capital E, State with capital S, Building with capital B. And the word building here, every word of this actually is a proper noun. The word document, for example, the word person, state, school, the word school, for example, it's just a common noun. But when you refer to a certain school, like Lingnan University, Hong Kong University, all these are used as proper nouns, not common nouns. City, the word city is just a common noun, but when you say Hong Kong City, this is a proper noun. How to translate these proper nouns from English into Chinese and Chinese into English? There are three ways, there are many ways, but let's in today's class this lesson will focus only on three ways of translating the proper nouns. One is called exotism. Exotism meaning you keep the same sound in its foreign language, in its source language, you keep it in the target language. Then transliteration and translation. Exotism, you keep the same sound in the source language. For example, if we say Hu Jintao is the former Chinese president, when we translate it, you just write it as it is. You don't translate it, just keep it as it is, as Hu Jintao, Hujinjintaw, and you keep it in this format. For example, the Chinese names, Chinese names start with surname. Who is the family name, the surname. English is just the opposite way. In English, you start with the first name and then the middle name, if there is middle name, and then the family name at the end. But the exotism here is to keep the same format of the Chinese name. So you keep the family name at the beginning. So it's Hu Jintao. The same in English. George W. Bush, for example, when you write it in Chinese, you just keep it as it is. You don't start with the family name as it is in Chinese, but you start with the first name as it is in English. You just keep it as it is in the source language. So it's Jiaozhi Bushu, push. Of course, here we use the Cantonese pronunciation, not the Mandarin pronunciation. The second type of translating, how to translate this proper noun, is called transliteration. And here you just translate the sound. You just follow the sound. You follow the phonic rules of the target language. Like, for example, the Times. It's again using the Cantonese pronunciation phonetics to be Times Bao. If you read it in Mandarin, it will be Tai Wu Shi Bao. Like also Canada. It's Canada in Cantonese, but in Mandarin it will be Jianada. Names, for example, like Milosevic, we always keep the sound in its original language. In English, some people may read or pronounce it as Milosevic, but in his Yugoslavian or Serbian language, it's Milosevic. So in Chinese also you need to keep this h. So Milosevic, not Milosevic, it's Milosevic. Milosevic. This is called transliteration. Then the third type is translation, is that you translate the meaning of the proper noun. For example, the Times, the famous magazine, is translated as Shi Dai Bao. Shi Dai Bao. This is translation, not Times Bao is transliteration. Shi Dai Bao is translation. When we have to mention some proper names and proper nouns in the headline, we need to keep only the surname in the headline, only the surname. Okay, like this headline: Trump denies being briefed on reported Russian bounties to kill U.S. troops. only Trump. But in the subheadline, you may mention, because the subheadline, the fonts are much smaller and you have enough space to mention the full name. In the lead, when you refer to the president, here for example, the American president, you say US President Donald Trump. You mention his full name at the beginning, at the first time. Only for the first time you mention his full name. Later on, you always refer to him as just Trump. Use his surname in the rest of the lead and the body. No need to mention the full name. So, in short, only the surname is always used, except when it's mentioned for the first time in the subheadline and the lead. Other than that, it's only the surname. Look at this headline, for example, what Obama and Xi said to Africa. Only the surname. In the lead, the first time, you may mention Barack Obama and Xi Jinping. Yeah, here is the lead, China's President Xi Jinping and US President Barack Obama. Other than that, you refer to them only by their surnames. In Chinese, again, in Chinese, you only refer to the surname. You only mention the surname, like Clinton. You just mention the family name, because the English name is just too long if you translate it into Chinese. Monica Lewinsky, here you just use Lewinsky and translate it into Chinese, write it into Chinese. Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Even though Hillary Clinton, you should refer to her as just Clinton by family name, but in order to differentiate between her and her husband, we refer to her husband as Clinton, but to Hillary Clinton, we always use both first name and family name. So Hillary Clinton, or Silali in Mandarin, Silali Clinton, just to differentiate between both of them. So in short, the headline, you must have the surname. The subheadline, you can use the full name. The lead, you can use the full name only for the first time. Then after that, always use the surname, and the body also use the surname. The English Chinese, always use the surname, because if you translate the full name, it will be too long. Then there are some other peculiarities when you translate some Chinese names into English. If the Chinese name has an English first name and the person is really famous, then you use that English name. Like for example, Bruce Lee. His Chinese name is Li Xiaolong. Li Xiaolong in Mandarin, Li Xiaolong in Cantonese, but when you translate it into English, it's always Bruce Lee. But if the person doesn't have an English name like Yip Man, then you keep it as it is, Yip Man, in the same Chinese order. The family name first, then the first name. So Yip Man would translate it as Yip Man, Li Xiaolong translated as Bruce Lee, Cheng Long known as Jackie Chan, so we translate it as Jackie Chan, not as Cheng Long. Also, the synecdoche, we use it like the White House, all this proper noun, Beijing, Pentagon, Downing Street number 10. We use these proper nouns, and each word starts with the capital letter. So these proper nouns are used also to refer to something bigger. We use the part to indicate and to refer to the whole. So the White House, capital W, capital H, referring to the USA, Beijing referring to the Chinese government, the Pentagon referring to the National Defense Department of the USA, Downing Street number 10 referring to the British government, and so on. That's it for lesson 6. I hope it's useful, and see you in lesson 7. Thank you. Bye-bye.